one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Sandy. Welcome. I'm not that skinny anymore. In my imagination.
Councilmember Hall? Present. Councilmember Mazzoni?
Here.
Councilmember Parham?
Present.
Councilmember Tavalero? Here. Mayor Palfini?
And I am here. Now is the time for non-agenda public comment. We will hear from the public on anything that is under the purview of the city council. No action can be taken and very limited discussion, if any at all. So anybody with public comment, come on up forward. Name and address, please.
Okay, so Kim Green and Christy Forey representing the Weed Recreation and Park District at 161 East Lincoln Avenue in Weed. So, we just thought we'd come and give an update on what's going on with the Park District. The very first thing is Christy has decided she doesn't have enough work to do. So she's created a newspaper now. And it's called the WRPD Informational Gazette. So it's part of our recreation website. When anything happens or we have messages for our members, we will usually email them and we'll put it on our Facebook page. But the majority of our members are seniors and they say, we don't use Facebook. We don't use Facebook. So we're hoping that maybe this will help them get information out. And so I'm going to let Christy talk to you about what she has on the page, and then we'll go over some other things.
Okay, it's not just for members, it's for anybody that wants information. And they don't have Facebook, because like my dad, he don't have Facebook, but he would read this. And it's called the Informational Gazette, and it's got a place on it for area news, which we have one item right now. It's not big yet. We have a place for area sports, which there's nothing on it yet. It's coming. We have community events and entertainment, obituaries. It's kind of like a little newspaper within the rec site. And if I thought about this, I thought about, what could we do to bring a newspaper to back to Weed. And we had to, I was working on our website and I thought, wow, what if we just put something on our website and it just, make a tab on there and just make a newspaper in it. So, and it's informational. It's got, it's just informational.
We
I'm
are
sorry.
not going to
Talking.
be reporters.
No.
So if somebody wants to send us an article about something that's going on, they can send it to us and we'll share it on there. But we're not going to come to the council meeting and be reporters and then write an article on it. It's more for people to send us stuff. So there are some little rules on there, and it says, that you have to, if you're getting your information from somebody else, it has to be word for word. If you want an article out of another newspaper, then you have to send us who wrote that article.
And get permission.
And get permission to use it. So, it kind of all came up because we had to do a public notice. And where do we do that? In our newspaper? So now we have a place where we can do public notice. Okay. And then, if anybody's noticed, we've got the Deadwood crew over at Charlie Bird Park doing some more cleanup. some of the they came in after the fire and removed trees, but some of them that were not taken down have fallen down in the storm. So before anybody else gets hurt, we figured we might as well get the ones out of there that are in the way and that are damaged enough that aren't gonna grow back. And then, if people don't know it, we have inherited the gym. And since we did, we have gotten so many more members. Right now, we figured it out today. For the month of January, just in the community center, we had over 1,000 visits. And then adding on the weekends at the gym, we're averaging about 55 people checking in a day. So.
For the gym?
For the entire center.
The whole, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As you guys know, I teach aqua aerobics, and today was the first day that I got in the pool since coming back after Christmas, because there's been so many people that I don't fit. I have to stand up on the deck to teach. So it's a horrible problem for us to have. We like it.
Can I
But,
ask a question?
you can only fit 16.
Yeah, you can ask when she's
You
done.
can't fit 16 people in that pool. And then we still have the senior van going. Mondays, it brings people to senior lunch. Tuesdays, it's shopping and doctor's appointments. And that means that they'll take you to Mount Shasta, they'll pick up your prescriptions, anywhere in Weed. We actually got a call today from somebody in Dunsmere wanting to know if we would come and get them and give them a ride to the hospital. And then bingo is the second and fourth Friday of every month, except tomorrow night. And we have dates for Carnivale, July 6th through the 9th. Any questions?
Just a couple. You said you had 55 people that have come in, that's just walk-ins?
That's average, no, that's our members and walk-ins.
Okay.
It just gave us a total of check-ins, so we averaged it out.
And the only thing I'd ask, like on the paper, is there some way of verifying? I mean, you have to obviously be careful.
It's
if
not,
somebody
it's
gives us
not,
a
it's
really-
not an opinion column. And like I said, if you took an article out of USA Today and you wanted us to share it, then we would be able to see who it was written by.
Right.
But everything has to have a name, and we have to know where it's coming from, but we're not gonna get into letters to the editor and opinion pieces. If there's a basketball game at the high school and they wanna advertise it
Right.
on our website, it's more for
Okay.
that stuff, kind of stuff, yeah.
That's just, I figured that, but I had to ask.
Yeah. Yep.
I just comment, the spirit of attempting to connect this, nice job, thank you.
Yeah, well, the
Big step.
majority, like I said, the majority of our members are seniors, and so they're the ones that call us, that ask questions, they're the ones that come in. If you hang a flyer, I can't guarantee somebody's gonna look at it, but if you come in with a flyer, we can scan it, and we can put it,
It's a beginning, thanks.
yeah.
It also
Thank
gets
her.
people looking at
Thank
our
you.
webpage more.
Thank you, babe.
And that's what I
Yeah.
was, looking into that too.
Is it daily then, or once a week? I mean,
It's when we get information, we just, put it in.
okay.
Yeah.
We'll probably put things in
So
and take
I
things
put
down.
things in daily, like, when something is, old, you put something else in its place.
But she's got little subcategories,
Okay.
so, yeah.
You should go and look at it. It's weedrec.org.
When you go to the website, does it show when it was last updated?
I don't think it does.
Might want
But
to
we
put something
can-
on there
but we
that
can
way if
do
somebody's
that.
Right,
checking,
right.
yeah,
Because she put the
Okay.
counter on there the other day,
Right.
right.
so. it
Well,
shows-
no, I actually, no. No. But, yeah, I could put that on like the front page. Yeah.
Okay,
Good,
Great,
thank you.
thank you.
oh. I don't know, is it?
Actually, if
You
you
got
want
it.
to ask them a question, you can ask them later.
I just want to know whether they're testing for COVID and all that.
Yeah, that wouldn't stop you, though. Yeah. Okay, on to,
Nobody else?
anybody else? Any other comments? Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Chrissy. No other comments? Okay. On to council member announcements, meeting reports and comments. You want to start out with Mark?
No, not at this, not at this
Council member Mazzoni, I should say.
park, whatever,
Okay.
doesn't matter. But, I don't have anything this week right now. I think I'll hold off until next month, but
Okay,
I'm good, but thank you.
okay. Councilman Parham.
Well, I just wanted to thank the Wheat Police Department and the chief specifically for spending some time going through their process and, a little bit more in depth on what they do and things like that, and their, needs and services they provide the community. I look forward to the same thing with the fire department and public works, just so that I can get up to speed with what everyone needs from the team and make sure that I'm doing my part to support that, and I appreciate the time.
Thank you, Darrell. Councilman Hall.
I don't have much, Mr. Mayor, other than been working with the Weed Community Resource Center, trying to make an attempt to bring the survivors of the mill fire together, trying to create a coalition, trying to bring people together. We've set up, we're going to set up a website, and we interactive website to try to set up in people's minds of what Lincoln Heights looks like, how it's going to come together, streamlining it. I think that's one of your streamlining the process, but trying to keep people informed of what's going on, and that's mainly what we're going to be starting off with.
Communication.
Communication, yes.
Councilman Tavalero. You got any more, Bob?
No, that's it.
Okay. Councilman Tavalero?
No, I don't have anything. My meetings are next week. Because sometimes they're the same week, sometimes they're next week, and the ones I would report on are next week.
Well, I'll probably just jump on. I went to a C2C meeting. It wasn't extremely productive, but we'll leave it at that. I also have been working with long-term recovery a bit regarding trying again to put the organization together. There has been an executive committee that has been established. So things in the future are rolling. We've got other members, a whole group of folks getting ready to kind of kick everything off. I think pieces are all coming into place. It's a process. It's a slow process, as we have had. We've done it before. So I myself am creating a flow chart, again, to assist Bob with the piece of communication to the survivors on the process of rebuilding. Other than that, that's the end of my report. We'll move on to number 5, consent agenda. Does anybody want to remove anything from the consent agenda?
Nope, I'm good. I'm moved to approve the consent agenda.
A second.
Any public comment on the consent agenda on any removal of any item? Since there is no objections to the consent agenda, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, moving on. On to council business, regular business. We have item A, a proposal by the fire department from Chief Duncan to apply for an assistant firefighters grant. We can hear from Steve, just briefly.
Just obtaining permission to write the grant for new radios. We asked for 23 handheld radios and 12 mobile radios. It cost of $146,000. We're just writing the grant right now. It gets submitted tomorrow, and we won't know until October. And it's a 5% match for the city, so $7,000 for the city would have to pay, if we accept the grant. If we don't do it, we're gonna have to end up buying some radios because they're old ones.
We're going to get you those 12 radios in 12 months, one per month? No.
So it's just permission to write the grant right now.
Any questions from council? Chair will entertain a motion if we want to do that.
I will make a motion to approve the request by the fire department to apply for the Assistance to Firefighters Grant.
I'll second.
All in favor? Oh, again, public comment. I always forget to include my poor public out there. No public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. On the Planning Commission, item B, a motion to appoint Derek Dewhurst to the Weed Planning Commission to a full term. He has a background in some real estate. I don't know if anybody has read anything about him, but any objections?
Nope, he'll do good.
Everybody-
Welcome.
There's a couple people up here that are already familiar with him, so we're gonna go, okay.
You're familiar with
Oh,
him?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
say everybody.
Yeah,
He'll be a good addition to that.
I think so too.
Maybe even farther along the process to another, may see him up here one day.
And he's young. We need it.
He's a sharp young man, yep.
Good. Any public comment? He loves me on public comment. What's the public for? I'll entertain a motion then, or did you already do that? Okay, we'll entertain a motion to appoint Derek Dewhurst to the Weed Planning full term.
I make a motion, Mr. Mayor, to appoint Derek Dewhurst to the Weed Planning Commission for a full term.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Public Works, item number C, motion to adopt resolution number 3-2023, setting a public hearing for the creation of an underground district. Who wants to give the honors on that one?
I can talk about it. Tim did the staff report, but
Okay.
we're asking for permission to do a underground district and set a public hearing so the public can reply on the district boundaries. The boundaries are being developed as we speak, and next month we'd like to have a public hearing, see if we can move forward.
And you already have a preliminary, right?
Yes, in the
Okay.
Lincoln Heights area.
Okay. Any questions from council?
He answered them for me.
Anybody want any more explanation? No? Any questions from the public on the underground utility district?
I just have one.
Come on up to the podium.
I
Name
just
and
have-
address, please.
Oh, okay. Michael Webb, 15823 Gallup Place, Lake Shastina. I just got one question. This proposal, will we be able to get to see it before the next meeting?
Yes, the map will be posted.
15 days.
I have to post within 15 days' notice.
And that'll be posted where? Here?
Here at City Hall.
Okay, that's all I need to know. So we can review it as well
Yeah.
and make comments. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Michael, is that 1B or 2? You said Michael Webb, 1B or 2?
Oh, 2B.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Well, with no other questions, no other comments, the chair will entertain a motion for accepting Resolution 3-2023.
I'll make a motion to pass 03-2023.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposition? That carries as well. Hold on, we have to have a pause. It's only 5:49.
That's right.
I don't want anybody to go home early for dinner, too early.
Chuck's here.
My dinner's not ready till 6.
These people here have been
Okay.
here for 7 hours, man.
Chuck's smiling.
Slow staff report, you're limited to 30 seconds. No.
I do have something.
Okay.
So, a while ago, we did a grant through the California Office of Traffic Safety. This was with Dunsmuir, Weed, Mount Shasta, and Lake Shastina for battery-operated jaws. It'd be jaws, cutters, and spreaders, ram. And we did get that grant. In fact, the tools are going to be installed in our truck tomorrow. and it's $45,000 for each set. So it's free to the city. We got the grant, it was approved, and they're installing the tools for us tomorrow.
So each city got, so Lake Shastina got a set, we got a set,
Dunsmuir,
Mount Shasta all got a
yeah,
set?
yep,
Nice.
yeah.
Cool.
I like your grant writing.
It was Dunsmuir that wrote that one. Chief Padilla wrote it. He's done it in the past, so we all got together and, you know, you had to do your needs and all that, so we got approved, so.
Thanks, Steve. Craig, Public Works.
Speaking of grants, we had a pre-bid meeting today for our project. We're running the water line along Roseburg Parkway and tying into Angel Valley. So we are out to bid on that. Bids are due back in early March. So hopefully we'll get some good bids on that, and that's a $2.4 million grant for that project. And then also this last Friday, we were informed that we received a grant for $10,985,000. And that is gonna be the water bypass grant. So we're working on getting some paperwork together and getting everything like that so we can get that received. And that would be possibly, hopefully, construction next spring, not
For what?
in a few months.
But water bypass, that's the bypass from the south end to the north end that links everybody together, is that the one?
Correct, yeah, and it's gonna do some work up in the Bel Air area, isolating some valves. It's gonna take care of, the boulevard coming down. We'll get off those old lines and get tied into the new lines and eliminate a few lines that are under motels and that kind of stuff. So
Is that Bel Air also?
we're gonna be doing valves in Bel Air with any money that we have left. It'll all depend on our bids and that kind of
wells
stuff.
too?
What's that?
I'm sorry, would the Mazay well, will that all be part of that?
Yeah, it's all a part, we're gonna tie the Mazay well and the South Weed well into the north system, so
Okay.
we can feed water both ways.
Is that why the little white lines are on the brand new road? For the,
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, you have to have direction, okay, come on.
No, we
You
are
just
gonna.
can't turn
cut up-
anybody loose around here.
We are gonna put a trench down Lincoln, where we just paved it. And the problem is, we apply for money for the roads, we applied for money for the water before, and you just gotta keep waiting, and whoever comes first. You never know when you're gonna get them,
it is what it is.
yeah.
But I do again, great job on the grants. Keeping us rolling here.
Grants.
Chief Mayberry,
I don't have anything other than to wish all Weed High School teams, but particularly the boys team, luck tomorrow for an outright SEL championship. So.
okay, great, thanks. Sandy, a report?
Thank you for filling one seat on the Planning Commission. There is still one seat open. That one can be filled by sphere of influence. So if you
Okay.
know of anyone, if anyone knows of anyone, sphere of influence does not include Lake Shastina. It is Carrick, some parts of Hammond Ranch, and Hidden Meadows. Also, or it could be a resident of the City of Weed.
Okay, thank you. I will find somebody.
Just wanted to alert the council, if it hadn't heard, about the Business Roundtable initiative that received sufficient signatures to go on the statewide ballot in November 2024. That's the initiative. It's called the Taxpayer Protection Act. Basically, what it would do is require any tax for local government to be approved by 2/3 majority, never just a simple majority, and it would impose a number of other restrictions on local government's ability to raise revenue, whether it's, water rates, or any type of user fees, et cetera. So it is something that Cal Cities is very, very, very concerned about, and you may see some information coming through your emails from Cal Cities in an effort to.
So it hasn't been passed, it's just a proposal at this point?
It will be on the November 2024 ballot.
It's an initiative then?
It's an initiative.
Okay.
It's an initiative sponsored by the California Business Roundtable.
It'll also require,
All it requires is 51% to defeat it, though, right? Just kidding. The irony, okay.
yeah, and I think it's gonna require, I don't know if you mentioned this, but every sales tax will have to have a sunset. Any new
That's
sales
right,
tax.
yeah.
New sales.
And there's like a retroactivity period. It's a pretty comprehensive constitutional amendment.
And is it one that if we don't want that, do we vote yes? Or if we don't want that, do we vote no?
I think we
'Cause they
would,
like to
I
do
think we
that.
would vote no,
No.
yeah.
We can, you check that.
I'll check that.
Okay. Because you know how they can be.
Yeah, right, it depends, on if it's a referendum, then it's the opposite, so yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And Tim, a
All right.
report from
I
our
got a-
city manager.
Got a few things I'd like to report on. A quick update on the monument sign. The gentleman that initially contacted us in regards to the monument signs actually flew up about a week ago from San Diego. That's where his company's located out of. He flew to Medford and then came down, met with me, drove around, looked at some sites, and is probably going to come back with some sort of proposal in the next month or two on what he'd like to do, because it involves other things besides just the monument sign itself too. There's some other things that he would like to talk to us about as well. So anyway, I told him, as far as like a, presentation or something he might be wanting to give us, and but he has some ideas in which.
On signage?
On signage, on digital signage. So, anyway, I told him and that, we may have something available for him at the next council meeting to
You
discuss.
could become the neon capital of the
Yeah,
world.
I don't, we don't want to become little Las Vegas.
You
but,
could just kind of like, when we come to weed, you just all see all the flashing lights.
No. So, but anyway, I think he's got some pretty good ideas and some pretty good thoughts as far as, one of the things that the Parks and Rec had just talked about a few moments ago, not everybody's on social media and not everybody's on the web, but if we had monument signs strategically placed throughout the community, then we could, let everybody know when the boys' basketball game is and COS and other things that are going on within the community. So I think he's got some pretty good ideas as to how we can achieve that. So probably be bringing something forward on that. Next, I was going to talk about the OES cleanup. I talked to Brian Chanone yesterday in regards to the cleanup itself. I believe they've got the last lot cleaned. I think they're still waiting for a couple soil samples to come back. In regards to that, I asked him about the removal of the debris, including, I think is there one vehicle, Chief, left? Yeah, one vehicle left, he said that the propane companies are responsible for coming out and retrieving their tanks. So we'll see what happens with that. I guess the propane tanks were just leased out instead of the owners. So they want to come get them. I guess they can still salvage them. And then the kerosene, those things will probably be removed because those are pretty severely damaged. And we talked about trees, fences, those type of things. And he's assured me that that will all be taken care of. And then he is contacting me or connecting me with somebody from the state in regards to how quickly we can get funding for the infrastructure repairs. So it's moving along, not as fast as we'd like, but it's moving along. I think what's holding us up right now, a couple things. The company that was up here doing it was also the cleanup for the McKinney fire, the Mountain fire, and they were running back and forth depending on the weather. And now, after the torrential rains, we've got, damage all over the state, so I'm sure OES is highly involved in that. So, we got fires a few months ago, now we got to deal with floods. So I think they're stretched pretty thin. So, in fact, when I was on the phone with him, he said he had to go to Sacramento for a special meeting dealing with the balloon issues. So that's now become an emergency management issue as well, so you never know.
Those kerosene tanks, those aren't rented, those were purchased. though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're just, I don't know if any of them are salvageable. I mean, I'm sure most of them are fairly old. I don't know. But he did mention the propane company called them and told them, I guess.
They've picked them up in Shastina. A
Have
couple
they?
clients have said that. yeah.
Okay, good. So we're making some progress. The EV charging station up on the boulevard, we're still going back and forth between our legal, their legal, and hopefully by next council meeting, we'll have that on the agenda, the agreement, so we can start moving forward with that, because that'll take a little bit of time for that to get constructed, not as much as the bypass and some of these other ones, I hope, but I think it'll be done fairly quickly according to the folks out there, so, which is a good thing. Sons of Italy parking lot, I think the bid opening's April 4th, I believe, on that, so we're moving forward on that. And I would just like to throw some kudos out there, especially to our Public Works and Sandy, who helps with a lot of the grant issues. Since I've been here, in the 3 years we've been here, I think we tallied it up today. It's close to $21 million in grants. Yeah, just a little over $21 million in grants, which is fantastic for a town this size that we've received. And so, which is really, really good, because every bit helps. And that doesn't even count with the fire and police and some of the other grants that we've received as well. So, I mean, we can't get a lot of stuff done unless we have these grants, and it's been very, very helpful, and they should be commended for that. The other thing I was going to talk about real quickly is, can you pass this out to them up there? Here, oh, there's one more here, sorry. Since my arrival, I've talked about the little beautification project on Main Street. You know, you go to some cities like Ashland and some of these other folks, they do these hanging baskets. But Councilmember Tavalero warned me about the wind when I got here, and I didn't listen. So, but she was being serious. I said, I'm from Oklahoma. We have winds. What's the deal? And this is, yeah. So anyway,
More the deal.
I found an alternative that other cities are looking at, which are these lamppost baskets, which completely surround the lamppost. So you
They're
can,
not doing.
yeah, no swinging. As you look at the bottom right, you can see they're assembled. We purchased, they're a couple $100 a piece. We purchased one as a test, and Craig's crews went out today and tried one on the deal, and they work fine. They come with the, what are those things called, the liners? It's kind of a
Pete Moss.
Piedmont, yeah, it's like the Piedmont liners. So we are looking at doing some beautification along Main Street, throwing a little color in the spring and the summertime. And we can, and I've already talked to the chamber, and I don't know what his real name, but Mr. Two Leaf has the portable, the county pays him to water the stuff on Main Street, and he has the gun, and he can spray, huh? What's wrong?
How's he gonna get up there to spray that?
No, he has a wand.
A wand.
And it's not gonna be at the very top.
I always just see him sitting there, but.
No, he does move.
He does move. I've seen him.
He does move, yeah.
So, the ones that the chamber put out are okay, but they're getting damaged. And we just, today for the first time, they're not that heavy. I mean, they can be blown over with the wind. So we feel like this will be a little bit more sturdy. And as far as, and I talked to Richard at the chamber, and he's very excited about this. So, and it's not that much money for us to do something like this. I've also talked to John Pemberton, our building official, about possibly looking at, some cities have worked with some of the business owners with the vacant buildings and doing something with the windows to make them look like there's, you know, some activity going there, which there's not in most of the buildings in downtown. But I think by doing some beautification projects and a little bit more strict enforcement with some of the windows there on Main Street, I think that's a start. And but we'll be looking at that. We have some TOT funds we can utilize to help pay for the flowers and everything else to do this. And I think, you know, we went out there today, and these things fit perfectly on there. We'll have them about, I think, 7.5, 8 feet. It would be because we have to have them at minimum 7 feet clearance for the sidewalk.
There's some hose bibs out there too. I can show Two Leaf where they are.
Okay, good. So, but this will be I think a nice addition, and really kind of what I'm trying to do is get our merchants in downtown to take a little bit more pride in their appearance down there, as far as the stores and everything else. We've got some merchants down there doing a great job, you know, keeping up their storefronts, and others that, and most of the ones that are not, are the ones that are vacant, and they're just dilapidated, and we're still working on trying to fix that as well, so. But anyway, I was going to give everybody kind of an update on that. Councilmember Mazzoni at the last council meeting asked for some information in regards to the fire budget, and I've got some reports I'm going to pass out here in a second for just your review. We're not going to go into a bunch of Q&A and stuff until probably the budget meeting at the next council meeting, so we can go over those type of things too. So, but last but not least, I've been given permission by my boss at home. So, people have been
That's the one that-
the one that counts, and I verified it with her because she told me a couple of days ago I could announce this. As you know, she does commercial real estate, and she's been working very hard on trying to bring as much business as she can to here. So she wanted me to announce, even though it's not Chick-fil-A, but she is bringing a Wendy's to Weed. So it's burgers and chicken, like, you know, most of the other places that serve it. It's not, I know some people are going to be disappointed, but I think it's going to be a good, I mean, they're taking an old building and doing a complete remodel. We'll have renditions probably in the next month or two, she said. So, yeah, the real Wendy's.
Which building is being renovated?
The Burger King.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it fills up a spot, and they're going to spend a lot of money on renovating that building too, because it's an old building. But they're just going to keep the bones and probably pretty much gut everything else out of there. So, and it'll bring, you know, some additional tax revenue that we desperately need as well. So, she's also working on a retail. I can't really talk about that a whole lot, and trying to help them find some land down on the south side, and hopefully that will take to fruition as well. So anyway, she's got her marching orders. So, but
You
anyway,
tell the boss that we appreciate it.
I will. I'll let her know. So, but yeah, she's been working very hard on getting that deal done, and it was officially, I guess, signed yesterday. So, and they told us we could say something. So, and anyway, I'm excited because salads and baked potatoes and all that good stuff. Sue's like, no meat. So anyway, that's all I have to present tonight.
Well, thank you.
I just saw this afternoon that the Spot is not going to reopen. They're gonna, pretty much you're gonna be able to get froyo and,
At the bowling alley?
sandwiches at the bowling alley.
Yeah, I think they're looking at somebody else to take over the Spot.
Okay, good.
But
I hope
that's,
so.
which I hope so too, but I've been told that they're actively looking for somebody, a restaurant operator to lease it out and still keep it open, which I think we need, so.
Yeah. With that, I would say did we take off the closed session?
Yeah, we'd like a motion to table that till the next meeting.
Yeah, can I get-
Motion to table the closed session meeting for this February meeting,
March.
to March.
To March. I'll second that.
All in favor? Oh,
Aye.
public comment? Wait a minute, I want to make David happy. Public comment? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. All right. With that, I guess I'll entertain a motion to,
Say it.
Oh,
I got,
I'm willing to entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn in the name of Chuck Sutton. Chuck, I thought we might make it by 6, but he's around. In memorial of Chuck Sutton,
Did I get a
we
second?
adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye. That was the goal. You come in,
that was his goal.
not one time, every time.
You gotta realize.